KERR9000's Game Room.
Hi, it's KERR9000. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another one of my Games Room videos. Now, I'm here today to review Disgaea 7 Vows of the Virtuous. Sure, this game has been out quite a while now. October, I'm going to say. Beginning of October, I think. But I actually wanted to play a long extended period of this game before really commenting on it. You see, the Disgaea games are massive tactical role-playing video games, and they're not something that I feel you can really get a taste for in an hour or two. So I wanted to wait until I'd clocked in about 40 hours, which I now have. Now, Disgaea 7 or Disgaea 7, people say it differently, is a tactical role-playing game, as I said, and it follows Fuji, a demon warrior, and his companion Prilika as they embark on an adventure in a netherworld named Hinamoto. You've got new mechanics such as jumpability, which increases the size of the player character to basically you're a giant kaiju type. And there's also a competitive multiplayer mode, which is a first for this franchise. I am not going to touch on the multiplayer mode though, as I've not tried it. I just don't really see this as something that warrants a multiplayer. Now the thing is, obviously, being part of a series, you sort of have to compare it to other parts of the series. Disgaea 6 I never got on with. It felt clunky and somehow worse than the previous games. It actually felt like an earlier entry in a franchise, not a, future entry or new entry. So I was a bit hesitant to buy 7 because really I brought 6, played a couple of hours, bounced off it and put it on the shelf. I've kept it because I've got a lot of the Disgaea games and I'm a collector as well, but I just could never knuckle down and get back to it. And I was really worried that 7 would be like this. You see, 3, 4 and 5 I played the absolute living stuffing out of, racking in over 100 hours, loving every minute of it, loving the central characters and really getting in the flow with them. And 6 killed that stone dead. I hope to one day return to it, but I don't know when, because there's always newer awesome games coming out, and when you go into something not so great it feels a bit hard, and I was worried that would happen with 7. No. Within the first hour of playing number 7 I knew that this was a return to form. It just felt right. It felt leaps and bounds above 6. It felt like a return to form, and a lot of that was down to the gameplay feeling less clunky and more natural, but also Fuji, the central character, the demon warrior. There's just something about him that, even though in some ways when you're playing it he comes across as a dick, he was a lovable dick. You wanted to see more of him, you wanted to know about him, and Prilika was quirky and funny, but clearly had some kind of moral compass. The characters were right, and that is the thing with these tactical games. You have to care about the people you've got. You have to care about their struggles, about losing them. That's how Disgaea games work for me. That's how Final Fantasy Tactics games work. That's how Fire Emblem works. You have to care about the world and you have to care about the people. And Disgaea 7 for me absolutely smashed this out of the park. It is the game of this style I've enjoyed the most since Fire Emblem Engage. Now, the thing I will say is that for a modern console game, the graphics are not that impressive. Really, we're talking about high-end 3DS standard. But it doesn't need it. The game has got amazing gameplay. There's a great sense of humour. If you like the quirky Japanese anime poking jokes at itself, stuff about characters being panty-stealing perverts and sort of in-jokes about video games and nerdy otaku behaviour and that, then you will love what is on offer here. I think it's a really enjoyable slice of fun. I've not quite finished it, but I am in the 13th chapter, which I don't know how many chapters this game's got, but I'm pretty sure that I am right near the end of it. I just have that feeling. There is some DLC, but it's about £30 odd for the season pass, which I don't know. When it's nearly what I paid for the game, I think I paid like £37 for the game, feels a bit much. Maybe one day I'll get it in a sale. But I know I won't buy it now, and I won't jump straight onto the season pass. Because, like I said, there's so much stuff coming out. Mario RPG is going to be here in about a week, so how would I rate this game though? I would give it 9 out of 10. I find it a highly enjoyable game. The only thing I'll say is if you're not into your tactical grid-based RPG games, I don't think this is going to be the game to convert you. And I don't think it's the perfect starting block for getting into these sort of games. I would probably recommend an earlier Fire Emblem or something like that. But if you like tactical RPG type games, yeah, it's a good game. Seriously, if you've played other Disgaeas, particularly if you played 6 and bounced straight off it, grab this game. It is a serious return to form, and if it's anything like this, I definitely want an 8 and a 9, and I'd even go so far as to say I would love for them to look at fixing 6 using some of the framework of 7. If you were to make a patch for 6 which jiggled things about to make it a bit more like 7, maybe that would help me return to it. Anyway, that's me signing off, saying thank you for making it to the end of my video. If you've enjoyed this video, there's plenty more video game stuff on the channel, but there's also sci-fi stuff, horror movies, loads of stuff. So why not check another video out? Anyway, most importantly, take care of yourself and each other. Later, taters. Hi, it's KERR9000. I'd just like to say thank you for making it to the end of my video. I've got lots of stuff on my channel, my horror house doing horror reviews, my game room where I talk about video games, sci-fi station, my diet corner videos, all kinds of stuff. I can also be found on the Retro Gamer U forum and the J Arcade forum, which are both great places full of great people and some great video game conversations. At the end of this video there'll be a little icon to tick if you want to subscribe, a link to a video and a link to one of my playlists. I'd also like to recommend the wonderful talented Just Jessica 1988 on TikTok, who does a lot of diet videos and is my supportive partner. Thank you once again for watching my video, and particularly if you follow me, thank you for all of your support. Have a great rest of your day. Laters, taters.